tonight on Ctv3 News. Fire destroys child farm home, leaving a family counting $23,000 in losses. Warning shots ring out in the center of Orange Walk town during customs pursuit. A weekend motorcycle collision in Belize City claims 3 lives, leaving grieving families seeking answers. A weekend motorcycle collision in Belize City claims 3 lives, leaving grieving families seeking answers and renewed calls for safer road use. And we take you further north for the full coverage of yesterday's PUP Municipal Convention. From the voting to the counting and the final results, we have those stories for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, August 10th, 2026.
Money travels fast, so make sure you check it before you spend it. Here are 4 easy ways to know your money is real. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Look closely at your note by holding it to the light to see the watermark and the note value. Notice how the see-through image completes itself perfectly. Feel for authenticity. Run your fingers over the raised portrait and the bars on the edges. 1 bar for the $2 and up to 6 bars for the $100. Tilt the note to see the hidden value appear. Look for the moving images on the security thread and holographic shimmer on higher denominations. Check closely. Use UV light or a magnifying glass to find hidden images and microtext. Remember, handling counterfeit money is illegal. If you spot a fake, report it to the police immediately. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Know your money. Check it before you spend it. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
It's easy to sit at home and blame the government for crime. A lot of people do it. Politicians do it all the time. It's like a game. Gang members shooting each other or innocent citizens. Blame the government. Blame the police. Narco players executed because of a drug deal gone bad. Blame the government. Blame the police. Domestic violence turned fatal, same thing. Every murder, no matter where, no matter why, same blame game. But our children weren't born criminals. When did they become murderers? Who taught them their values? Who taught them about right and wrong? Where are their parents, their families? It's not too late to save your child. It's not too late to raise your child right. Keep them in school. Keep them off the streets. Teach them the value of hard work. Teach them honesty and integrity. Love them before it's too late. Stop the blame game and let's all be the village that raises our children. A message from the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Unit.
Today will be the inauguration of the backup water system. This will be able to assist the Communal Water Board to expand, and if they get breakdown with the current system, this can also be a backup. There are times when, especially in the dry season, when the current system might run low or might run dry, and that by itself creates a problem to fetch water. So we are hopeful that if this is not used as much right now, when the other system runs low, this will kick in.
We must ensure that people have access to clean, safe, potable water, just like everybody else across this country. What you see here today is an investment of over $160,000. It includes all the pipes that you see here. We also have other accessories. We have a backup generator. We have the solar system. And we also have a booster pump.
The most difficult part that hinders development is the access of water. We have reduced significantly the amount of people that were deprived from accessing a basic need such as water.
I am elated, very happy to be here, receiving the system. I think everybody would be very happy, very happy.
When we call it, we have no water, no nothing. That was an empty spot, but it's home now. They have a pipe right out there, so it's still okay, just that we had to reach up to get the water. I cannot wait to have it reach to our door.
Every day, the demand on your business get higher. More productivity, better equipment, and reliable support to keep up with a fast-moving world. At Cellular World Business Solutions, we're ready to help you boost performance across every operation. Don't let outdated technology hold you back. With our certified and supported solutions, your business stays ahead. We supply office equipment, printers, inks, and toners, software licenses, IT system assembly as your Dell Platinum and Cisco partner, appliances, and custom orders tailored to your needs. From startups to large enterprises and renowned institutions, we serve every corner of the country because no industry can afford to fall behind on technology. Let's take your business to the next level. Contact us today at 610-2494. Cellular World Business Solutions, your reliable partner in business success.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Face FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A family in Trawl Farm is counting its losses after a fire destroyed their wooden home on Sunday evening, August 9th, 2026. Trawl Farm police responded to a report of a house fire at the corner of Sparrow Street and San Lorenzo Road. Upon arrival, officers found a small wooden structure measuring approximately 15 by 10 feet and covered with zinc roofing, completely engulfed in flames. Police conducted preliminary investigations and spoke with the homeowner, 63-year-old Blanca Estela Peña, a Salvadoran domestic worker of San Lorenzo Road and Sparrow Street. Peña reported that around 2:30 p.m. she and her 20-year-old daughter, Elia Mesa, left their home to attend a church service at Koinonia Ministries in the Blackwater area. According to Peña, they returned home at approximately 5:40 p.m. and noticed smoke coming from the house. Upon checking further, she discovered that the structure was on fire. She called for assistance and requested the intervention of the fire service, but by the time firefighters arrived, the house had already been consumed by the flames. The fire destroyed the residents' household belongings and personal documents. The total loss is estimated at approximately $23,000. The cause of the fire remains unknown at this time. No injuries were reported. Residents in Orange Walk Town were confronted with a tense scene this morning in the center of town after a customs officer reportedly pursued the driver of a private vehicle with 2 warning shots fired during the incident. CTV3 News has confirmed with police that 2 warning shots were fired by the customs officer in an effort to get the driver of the vehicle to stop. Details about what led to the pursuit remain unclear. Video footage circulating on social media appears to capture part of the incident. In the footage, a gray pickup truck can be seen driving away from the Belize Corozal Road area as the customs officer runs back towards his vehicle before continuing the pursuit. According to preliminary reports, the driver eventually managed to get away. It is not yet known where the pursuit began or what specifically prompted the customs officer to chase the vehicle. A weekend motor in Belize City has claimed 3 lives, leaving grieving families seeking answers and renewed calls for safer road use. The crash happened at approximately 2 a.m. Sunday on Mahogany Street and involved at least 2 motorcycles. The victims have been identified as Alan Arnold, Darwin Monroy, and 22-year-old Theodore Smiley Swizu. Arnold and Monroy died shortly after the collision, while Swaso succumbed to his injuries later Sunday afternoon at the Carl Huschner Memorial Hospital, where he had been receiving treatment. According to Swazo's family, he had been traveling with friends when his helmet reportedly fell off. The group turned back to retrieve it when another motorcycle collided with them. Meanwhile, Arnold's family is demanding a thorough investigation into what happened. During a police briefing, ASP Stacy Smith confirmed that investigators recovered 1 motorcycle helmet from the scene. She said the investigation remains active as police work to establish the full circumstances surrounding the collision.
Established is that Arnold was proceeding on a motorcycle from an east to west direction and also traveling on a motorcycle in the opposite direction were Darwin Monroy along with Swazo as his pillion rider. Upon reaching near the intersection of Mahogany Street and Tibu Street, a collision occurred with both motorcycles, resulting in the grave injury and the subsequent death of the 3 individuals.
Do you know if there were any recovered helmets?
1 motorcycle helmet was recovered from the scene.
Are you able to say who was in the wrong?
That has not been established so far.
The deaths of Arnold, Monroy, and Swazo have left their relatives, friends, and communities mourning. Swazo, who was reportedly traveling as a passenger, leaves behind a young daughter and is being remembered for his caring nature and infectious smile. As investigators continue their work, the tragedy has also renewed concerns over motorcycle safety and reckless driving on Belize City's roads. Authorities have confirmed that missing fisherman Samuel Chi died by drowning following a forensic examination of his body after it was recovered at sea last week. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacy Smith said the forensic pathology report determined that Chi's cause of death was asphyxia due to drowning. She added that the examination found no evidence of violence or physical trauma. Chi's body was recovered last Tuesday in the area of Hicks Key, approximately 8 miles north of Belize City. His discovery came a day after his fishing companion, Albert Vaccaro, was found alive at sea but suffering from dehydration. The 2 men had gone missing while traveling from Key Cocker to Belize City on Sunday before they were located. Despite the forensic findings, police say the investigation into the circumstances surrounding Chi's death remains active. Smith noted that she has not yet spoken with the lead investigator assigned to the case. Smith said Vaccaro was initially unable to provide investigators with much information when he was rescued. Vaccaro has yet to provide police with a formal statement as he continues to recover from the ordeal.
I have no updates in relation to if Mr. Vaccaro gave a statement. I know initially What we heard from him is that he was pretty much disoriented and was not able to provide information at that time. I cannot say I have not had the opportunity to confirm with the investigators to see if they have been able to speak with him since and record a more comprehensive statement. I can undertake to do that.
Investigators had previously indicated that the vessel used by the two men was not considered seaworthy and that weather conditions could have contributed to the incident. Police have not indicated whether these factors played a direct role in Chi's death. The investigation remains ongoing as authorities work to establish the full circumstances that led to the men becoming stranded at sea. Two men were treated for gunshot wounds following an early morning confrontation in San Pedro town that has prompted an investigation by police. The incident occurred around 1:45 a.m. on Sunday, August 9, 2026, on Lion Street, where police responded to reports of gunfire. According to police, 29-year-old Francisco Daniel Na, a Belizean mechanic, was at a store when two golf carts arrived in the area. The male occupants reportedly became involved in a verbal dispute, which escalated when bottles were thrown during the confrontation. Police say one of the men then approached Na and made a movement towards his waist. Na reportedly believed the man was attempting to retrieve a firearm. Fearing that his life was in danger, Na, who is legally licensed to carry a 9mm pistol, fired 3 shots into the ground as warning shots. The occupants of the golf carts subsequently left the area. Later that afternoon at approximately 1:30 p.m., 20-year-old Renel Aguilar and 19-year-old Edwin Barco went to the police and reported that they had suffered gunshot injuries in connection with the incident. Both men were taken for medical treatment. Police have since launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the shooting. The incident remains under investigation. Police have detained several men following an alleged assault involving a woman in Silk Grass Village. According to reports, the woman was viciously attacked by a group of men during an incident that was captured on video. The footage appears to show one man stepping in to protect her, but he was also confronted and beaten by members of the group. Residents claim that some of the men involved are known troublemakers in the community and are frequently seen gathering at a nearby bar. According to ASP Stacy Smith, residents of Silk Grass have requested more police presence for the community.
I can advise that arrests have been made for both disorderly conduct and assaulting a police officer in relation to those two incidents. I know there has been calls from members of that village for increased police presence, and certainly that concern is acknowledged by the department, and we continue to assess our deployments to see how best we can address that. However, I would similarly like to take this opportunity to invite the residents of Silkgrass to see how better they can assist police in our policing efforts. Efficient policing is better strengthened when we have a community that looks after itself as well and plays a role. I've also been advised that the community policing unit has been tasked to make visits in that area to see how best we can mobilize a community group, in neighborhood watch group in that area. It would want to appear that it is an increase in intoxication or something to that effect, because we have not been able to establish any clear motive, or at least I haven't been advised of it. So as it stands right now, it is disorderly conduct. I do know the female in particular had made a report. We are awaiting the medical form for the certification of injuries so that can be, that avenue can be pursued. But as it relates to a particular dispute, I am not aware. I'll review the statement to see if it's anything more than what I'm suspecting it to be.
So she knew these gentlemen?
I believe so.
The circumstances that led to the confrontation remain unclear and details surrounding the incident are still emerging. Coming up next, Regal Veils defeats Shahari Rogers and secures his fourth term. Stay tuned.
In Belize, the Public Utilities Commission works every day amid the rhythm of economic activities to ensure homes, businesses, and communities have access to necessary utility services. Through regulations, the Public Utilities Commission powers progress, connect communities, encourage new ideas and bold innovation, manage consumer rights, guide change, and serves in the best interests of national development for a future that benefits us all. Every decision is informed by evidence and guided by regulations and the law. So if and when changes arise in any of Belize's utility sectors, including situations that may affect competition, regulations and laws allow the PUC to carefully assess those changes, ensuring consumers are treated fairly while maintaining a sustainable utility sector. The Public Utilities Commission, guided by the law, informed by evidence, working to ensure fair and sustainable utility services for Belize.
At the beginning, it was a bit challenging because it sounded so good and so promising that I think people were reluctant in embracing the idea. But after 2 years in this NHI program, the perception of people and the usage of people for the services that we offer is very much appreciated. And the people are using all the services that we have. And our population has grown a lot. We actually have registered, which by the way I have to mention this, we never expected to grow this fast. We are at 12,000 and plus registered patients with us right now. And the numbers are growing on a daily basis, I would say. For the general physicians and the specialists that include the gynecologist, the pediatrician and the internist. And now we have a nutritionist, it's $2, which is very accessible to people. And when it comes to the laboratory or the images, it's just a 10% cost that they pay for the whole service that is offered. If we have a healthy community, then I would say that the whole country itself is going to benefit from it, because a healthy community is going to be successful economically as a whole. That is my vision of the NHI. Its service, its purpose.
Every day, the demand on your business get higher. More productivity, better equipment, and reliable support to keep up with a fast-moving world. At Cellular World Business Solutions, we're ready to help you boost performance across every operation. Don't let outdated technology hold you back. With our certified and supported solutions, your business stays ahead. We supply office equipment, printers, inks, and toners, software licenses, IT system assembly as your Dell Platinum and Cisco partner, appliances, and custom orders tailored to your needs. From startups to large enterprises and renowned institutions, we serve every corner of the country because no industry can afford to fall behind on technology. Let's take your business to the next level. Contact us today at 610-2494. Cellular World Business Solutions, your reliable partner in business success.
Authorities in Quintana Roo, Mexico are seeking the public's assistance in locating a 27-year-old Belizean man who has been missing from Playa del Carmen since August 6, 2026. Joshua Hall, who is from Corozal Town, was officially reported missing on August 7 after he was last seen in the popular Mexican resort city. Efforts are now underway to determine his whereabouts and ensure his safe return. Hall is described as approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighing around 176 pounds. He has a medium complexion, black hair, and black eyes. Authorities say he also has tattoos on his right forearm and chest, which may help in identifying him. Anyone who may have seen Hall or has information that could assist investigators is urged to contact the Quintana Roo authorities at 984-873-0165. Information can also be submitted through the Búsqueda Quintana Roo Facebook page. It was an emotional, intense, and unusually long day in Corozal on Sunday as two strong teams battled for the opportunity to represent the People's United Party in the March 2027 municipal elections. On one side was a team led by three-time incumbent Mayor Rigo Vellos, seeking another opportunity to lead the PUP into the municipal race. On the other was newcomer Shahari Rogers, who mounted a strong challenge, hoping to bring a new team and a new direction to the Corozal Town Council. We first report on the results of what was described as an unnecessary convention by the winning team, while the defeated slate says it's not over for them. Here is that part of our coverage.
The convention was closely contested from the very beginning, with thousands of PUP supporters turning out to cast their ballots. By the close of polls at 4 p.m., an estimated 3,400 voters had exercised their right to vote. But the long lines, high turnout, and large number of split votes meant the wait for the final results would be much longer than anticipated. Counting began at around 6 p.m. and continued for several hours. It was almost 11 p.m. when PUP Chairman, the Honorable Henry Charles Usher, emerged from the counting area, flanked by members of both teams, to announce the official results.
In the ballots for mayor, Ms. Shahari Rogers received 1,175 votes. Rigoberto Vellos received 1,799 votes. The PUP candidate for mayor in the March 2027 election is Mr. Rigoberto Vellos. For councillor candidates, Mr. Hilberto Clark received 1,304 votes. Hiram Riverol received 1,335. Victoria Riverol received 1,286. Leslie Rodriguez received 1,287. Lisbeth Ucan received 1,182. Mr. Hugo Gonzalez received 1,957. Mr. Miguel Montalvo received 1,911. Mr. Rodolfo Narvaez received 1,852. Mr. Baldemar Petch received 1,905. Mr. Otoniel Riverol received 1,956. And Ms. Marlene Tapia received 1,897. So our council candidates in the March 2027 election are Hugo Gonzalez, Miguel Montalvo, Rodolfo Narvaez, Baldemar Petch, Otoniel Riverol, and Marlene Tapia. Congratulations to all of them.
With comfortable margins across the slate, Rigo Vellos and his entire team emerged victorious. For Vellos, the victory came after what he described as a hard-fought battle, one that he suggested may not have been necessary. But as he stood before supporters after the results were announced, the significance of the moment appeared to weigh heavily on him.
Hard one, hard battle. You know, sometimes it gets set to the extreme. And this was one time we were taken to the extreme. But I want to thank my supporters. I want to big up Misha Harris' team. we went into a convention that was not necessary. And I hope that after this you can join me and my team to work together. You know, it's time for us to rebuild our own party. And as young leaders, people expect that from us. I am happy, a bit emotional, but it all comes with victory. So I am very comfortable. And I want to thank God. Thank you guys for keeping the people informed of what was happening today. And as a La Victoria, we will see one another in March.
While the convention exposed divisions within the PUP, Veo says it is now time to unite, work with Rogers and the area representative, and focus on delivering for Corozal.
I'm happy to be able to represent my party once more. On the town council election, we have a newcomer. We will embrace him. We will guide him also for the whole three years term, because I'm sure that we will win. And we want to be successful on our goals. We want to deliver for our party and ensure that Corozal moves forward positively.
Are you and your team prepared to work with Team Rogers and her crew?
Definitely. People expect young leaders to work together, and that's what we want to do. I want to invite, I've never closed my doors to any PUP, no matter who you are, and that will remain as open as possible. You know, we should work together. We had one goal. People decided whose goals they foresee and prefer. So congratulations to them also.
What would be your message to area representatives from Corozal? And I ask because in Orange Walk, we have a close relationship, or they have a close relationship. Your message to those area reps from Corozal?
That we need to work together. We need to work extremely together. If we're serious about moving Corozal forward, we have to stick together. We have to have one another's back. We have to have the same vision and goal. Our people depend on us. That's why people elected town council, PUP town council, of course, PUP area reps. You know, so my doors are open. Like I said, I hold no grudge. It was a convention that was not needed, but I am happy, and I want to invite all of them to work with me. The bigger the margin of voters coming out, it will favor us, because I know people wanted to send a message for those who needed to hear the message, and it was loud and clear today.
What can we expect from your team going into the municipal elections in March?
Nothing else but hard work, and getting closer to our people.
And despite the disappointment of losing the convention, Shahari Rogers also struck a conciliatory tone. In a display of party camaraderie, Rogers congratulated the winning team and pledged that her team would work alongside Veos and the wider PUP organization to secure victory for the party when Corozal voters head to the polls in March.
I'd like to thank all my supporters, including my campaigners, my machinery, my councillor candidates. We all put up a good fight. It's not over for the Team Rogers team. We will be coming back, and of course, you'll hear of us more.
Moving forward, how is the support for Team Rigo now?
We're going to be supporting Team Rigo because we are one PUP family.
All right.
Okay? So we will be supporting Team Rigo.
Thank you.
Following the announcement of the results, Veos and his team were sworn in right there at the convention grounds, formally becoming the PUP slate that will contest the 2027 Corozal municipal elections. Reporting for Ctv3 News, Norma Ruiz.
A round of applause, please.
Once more, the official results were as follows. Rigo Veos received 1,799 votes, while Shahari Rogers was able to secure 1,175 votes. For the councillors from Team Veos, newcomer Hugo Gonzalez got 1,957 votes, Otoniel Riverol 1,956 votes, Miguel Montalvo 1,911 votes, Marlene Tapia 1,897 votes, Baldemar Pech 1,905 votes, and Rodolfo Narvaez got 1,852 votes. For Team Rogers, Taram Riverall, 1,335 votes. Alberta Clark, 1,304 votes. Leslie Rodriguez, 1,287 votes. Victoria Riverall, 1,886 votes. And Elizabeth Okan, 1,182 votes. The movement of voters in Corozal began early Sunday morning as supporters of the People's United Party turned out to cast their ballots in a closely contested municipal convention. Polling stations opened at 8 a.m. and by 10 a.m. more than 700 people had already voted. Throughout the day, the steady flow of voters continued as the two teams worked to bring out their supporters. On one side was incumbent three-term Mayor Rigo Veos, leading a slate made up mostly of returning councillors Otoniel Riverol, Miguel Montalvo, Marlene Tapia, Valdemar Pech, and Rodolfo Narvaez, with Hugo Gonzalez being the only newcomer on the slate. Challenging Veos was newcomer Shahari Rogers, whose team went into the convention with 5 councillor candidates following the last-minute withdrawal of Tommy Zatina. The slate included Terame Riverol, Alberta Clark, Leslie Rodriguez, Victoria Riverol, and Elizabeth Okan. Both teams remained active throughout the day, mobilizing their supporters and making their final push for votes. We caught up with both mayoral candidates during the voting process. From early in the day, Veos appeared confident in his team's chances, saying they had a clear plan to get their supporters to the polls.
Actually, our plan for today is to win. So our machinery is well oiled, well greased. We have been making sure that we visit our people apart from having our machinery now. Campaigners have done an excellent job for us. Me and my councillors, we are ready. We are looking forward actually for after 4, so we can count and get it over with. It's a very important day for the Corozaleños, and they're coming out to vote for a special reason, and we can see it, we can feel it, because they're pouring in. Right? And I'm happy that my people are coming out. I am confident that after 4, when the numbers are read, it will be in our favor.
Leading up to today, talk to us about what you've been hearing in terms of, you mentioned you're out speaking with the people. What has been the feedback? What are the people saying?
Well, the people are telling us that they are supporting us. Of course, honestly, there's a lot that will support us who are afraid to show it, and they know exactly why. And I understand that. I have confidence in them that they will give us that support. So I am confident that we will be victorious. I expect a good amount of voters to come out. A lot of people we don't really have to pick up. A lot of people pledge and say that they want to go out. They have a special reason why they want to come out and vote, because they want to send a message. Those are the people who will truly grade us. So they have all right to come out, and that's what they're doing this morning.
As polling drew closer to its 4 p.m. deadline, Rogers was equally confident, saying she believed her team had done the work needed to secure a victory.
I feel very excited. I feel that the residents of Corozal came out in full support. They are ready for a change.
All right. What message are you receiving at this point in time from your camp, based on the numbers, based on the people we have seen come out to vote?
Based on the numbers, we have at least 2,800 voters. I'm sure that there's a line in there, so that might increase as the time comes closer.
What numbers are you foreseeing at the end?
At least more than 50% of that.
All right. Now, what is your machinery telling you? How confident are you that at the end of the counting, they will come out and say Shahari Rogers and her team is actually going to be having their name on that ballot for the upcoming municipal elections?
Well, based on the pledges that we all had, I am certain, I am sure that we will be victorious at the end of the counting today.
All right.
Sunday's convention was different from a typical convention where there are delegates selected by the party leaders. It was an open party convention giving thousands of registered PUP members in Corozal the opportunity to decide who would represent the party in the 2027 municipal elections. Both teams were also allowed to remove a number of registered voters from the convention list before voting day, a process that became part of the preparation for Sunday's contest.
It is an open convention to PUPs. Now, I understand only a certain amount of people were extracted. We try to fight for a full open convention because we know the dynamics of people wanting to go and vote and how disappointed they will feel when they know that they can't go and vote. So we try to fight for an open. Unfortunately, that was not what happened. Only open to PUPs. We wanted it fully open to everybody. We have a town council elections coming up, and having the support of everybody would have been important today.
So how many votes? How many people were allowed to vote?
A little more than 7,000 people.
South Bay Area Representative Thea Garcia Ramirez was also among those who turned out to vote. While she did not reveal which team received her vote, Garcia Ramirez said that regardless of the outcome, she would work with whoever emerged victorious.
At the end of the day, whoever wins, I will have to work with them. And so I don't want any hard feelings with anybody. As a resident also, and as a PUP supporter, I've cast my vote. I've made a choice. It wasn't easy. As you know, I have run Mayor Rigo's first and last convention. I worked very hard. I worked tirelessly. I am the one that introduced him as a candidate for municipal elections, and so it's not an easy choice. No matter how you look at it, I've collaborated with Shahari on a number of different community events. She's a member of the National Women's Commission. She's very active. Both teams are great. I support both teams, and may the best person win at the end of the day. Now, after the count is over, the convention is done, it's back to work, and let's get working because we have an election to win in March.
When polls closed at 4 p.m., nearly 3,400 people had voted, more than half of eligible voters, which PUP Chairman Henry Charles Usher called a positive sign for the party. Following the intense convention, however, Usher says it is now time for the party to reunite and prepare for the road ahead.
So every passionate convention like this, we have to make sure that both sides come together, that we rally around the team that is the PUP team going into the municipal election, and I'm sure we will get that done. And I'm sure we'll deliver here in Corozal Town.
And while some questioned why a three-term incumbent mayor with a proven track record had to face a convention challenge, Usher says that ultimately the process was about allowing party members to exercise their democratic rights.
In every area, in municipal areas, in central government, the party always allows challenges, and then there's a process, a procedure that goes through from the very beginning when the National Executive opens the window for persons to apply. Then you have a vetting committee, you have the National Campaign Committee, and then the final decision maker is the National Executive. In this case, we had two teams that passed the vetting committee, and so they were allowed to contest.
But I'm saying, wouldn't it have been just a natural progression for Mr. Veyos, given his success,
to go directly to the election?
Well, I think that it's always good for the people to decide on who they want to represent them. So, conventions are good. It's healthy.
But in this case, it created a level of division for the party. One would say it doesn't bode well for the party going into the municipal.
Well, I think, as I said, whenever passions are very high, whenever there's this type of excitement, energy, whenever you have sides that are very excellent, both sides had very excellent players, very excellent persons coming to offer themselves to run. You will have this, what you would call, have to come together after the convention. We have to be able to come together, and that's what we're going to do.
With the votes counted and the slate selected, both teams now face a different challenge, putting the competition behind them, rebuilding unity, and convincing Corozaleños that the PUP deserves another term at the helm of the Corozal Town Council come March 2027. The proposed merger of Belize's two major telecommunications companies is facing growing opposition from within Belize Telemedia Limited (BTL), with the Belize Communications Workers Union (BCW) reporting that a large majority of its members no longer support the deal in its current form. In a press release issued Monday, August 10th, the BCW said 84% of members who participated in an emergency meeting on August 6th voted against supporting BTL's proposed acquisition of SpeedNet Communications Limited, the operator of Smart. The union's position marks a significant shift from earlier this year, when BTL employees initially expressed support for the proposed acquisition. According to the BCW, members endorsed the transaction during a January 2022 employee town hall, but that support came with an important condition. Concerns raised by the union had to be properly addressed. Among the issues identified were the protection of existing BTL jobs, the financial impact of the proposed transaction, governance and disclosure, and the potential integration of Smart employees into BTL. The union also questioned whether employees from Smart would be eligible to join the BCW following the acquisition. The BCW said it had further requested that the transaction be carried out in phases and that meaningful consultations take place with the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, NTUCB. While discussions with BTL management have continued, the union says its members remain dissatisfied with what they describe as limited information and inadequate consultation surrounding the proposed acquisition. The latest development comes shortly after BTL's board of directors approved management's proposal to purchase 100% of SpeedNet's share capital. BTL has valued the proposed investment at approximately $80 million. However, BTL has stressed that the deal has not yet been finalized. The proposed acquisition remains subject to continued due diligence, negotiations, and the final approval of a share purchase agreement. The company has also stated that the transaction would not require additional borrowing or financing from the Social Security Board. BTL has defended the proposed acquisition, arguing that bringing the two telecommunications operations under one ownership structure could help eliminate duplication in infrastructure and improve the reliability of services. The company has also pointed to the potential for expanded connectivity and increased investment in underserved communities. Earlier this year, BTL indicated that employee job protection, existing customer pricing, and regulatory compliance were among the factors being considered as part of the proposed transaction. Despite those assurances, the acquisition continues to attract criticism beyond the labor movement. The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry has urged that the process be paused until greater financial transparency and stronger safeguards for competition are provided. The Chamber has raised concerns about the broader economic implications of consolidating Belize's two major telecommunication providers under a single owner, particularly in relation to competition in the telecommunications market. For the BCW, the next phase will involve closer coordination with the NTUCB as the union considers how to proceed. The union maintains that BTL employees are not merely observers of the proposed transaction, but key stakeholders whose concerns must be addressed. With 84% of its members now withdrawing their support, the proposed BTL Smart acquisition faces another significant hurdle as discussions over the future of Belize's telecommunications sector continue. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Every day, the demand on your business get higher. More productivity, better equipment, and reliable support to keep up with a fast-moving world. At Cellular World Business Solutions, we're ready to help you boost performance across every operation. Don't let outdated technology hold you back. With our certified and supported solutions, your business stays ahead. We supply office equipment, printers, inks, and toners, software licenses, IT system assembly as your Dell Platinum and Cisco partner, appliances, and custom orders tailored to your needs. From startups to large enterprises and renowned institutions, we serve every corner of the country because no industry can afford to fall behind on technology. Let's take your business to the next level. Contact us today at 610-2494. Cellular World Business Solutions, your reliable partner in business success.
It is a distinct honor to be here in Belize for the launch of the Caribbean Development Bank's Basic Needs Trust Fund 11th program, BNTF 11. For more than 4 decades, BNTF has stood as one of the bank's most visible and impactful instruments for community-based poverty reduction. Here in Belize, the legacy is clear. Over the past 25 years, BNTF has completed 79 sub-projects in vulnerable communities at an estimated cost of $23.79 million United States dollars. Through BNTF 11, we have begun a new cycle of investments. This investment of more than $5.2 million United States dollars represents far more than approved financing. It represents a renewed commitment.
BNTF has supported transformative investments in education, water and sanitation, community infrastructure, livelihoods, and social development. Through BNTF 11, we have an opportunity to build on that legacy by ensuring that our investments respond directly to the needs of our people, particularly the most vulnerable among us.
The new school building has made a huge difference for me and my classmates.
The improvement to our school have made our learning environment cleaner, safer, and more comfortable. Thank you to the Caribbean Development Bank, with the Social Investment Fund, the government, and everyone else who helped.
No one must be left behind. Not that child attending school in rural Toledo, not the farmer in Orange Rock, not the family in Corozal, not the communities that continue to face challenges accessing basic services.
In many ways, today sets a tone for the months ahead. The theme we unveil this afternoon will become the thread that connects our celebrations across every district, across every community, and across every generation.
We have different traditions, food, histories, but those differences don't divide us. Instead, they have become the story we tell together. And that story is what visitors fall in love with. Our barrier reef, ancient Maya sites, and rainforests attract visitors to our shores. But ask them what they remember most. The answer is almost always the same: the warmth of the Belizean people.
Every Belizean has a story. Every Belizean has something to contribute. Every Belizean, in both ways, great and small, helped to shape this nation.
Sometimes, in the rush of daily life, we forget to be grateful. But let us remember, Belize remains a nation that can celebrate many things. Look at me. I am Belize. You are Belize. We are Belize. Let us carry this pride forward. Happy 45th anniversary, Belize.
Today will be the inauguration of the backup water system. This will be able to assist the Communal Water Board to expand, and if there's a breakdown with the current system, this can also be a backup. There are times when, especially in the dry season, when the current system might run low or might run dry, and that by itself creates a problem to fetch water. So we are hopeful that if this is not used as much right now, when the other system runs low, this will kick in.
We must ensure that people have access to clean, safe, potable water, just like everybody else across this country. What you see here today is an investment of over $160,000. It includes all the pipes that you see here. We also have other accessories. We have a backup generator. We have the solar system. And we also have a booster pump.
The most difficult part that hinders development is the access of water. We have reduced significantly the amount of people that were deprived from accessing a basic need such as water.
I am elated, very happy to be here, receiving the system. I think everybody would be very happy, very happy.
When we call it, we have no water, no nothing. That was an empty spot, but it's home now. They have a pipe right out there, so it's still okay, just that we had to reach up to get the water. I cannot wait to have it reach to our door.
Very elated and happy because it's a brand new project for Pomona Village. As a matter of fact, if you had come here in 2024 at this time, it's going to be only bush. You can see development here already. So we put in the infrastructure when it comes to roads and drainage. Today, we are going to issue 150 titles. People are very happy that they can go and build a house for their family. I want to thank the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Corey Hyde, for the support. And we are here today now to look at this brand new community that will benefit many Belizeans.
I'm happy to get my piece of land and that they have a nice place to live. You have your own land.
I appreciate what they did for me. I'm happy for the land. I never expect this would be so early. I thank the minister for the land because for renting it, it's totally expensive. I really appreciate what he did for our family. Like what he said today, it's moving on like from generation to generation.
The Belize Companies and Corporate Affairs Registry, BCCAR, has brought its online business registry system, OBRS, back online after taking the platform offline last week in response to a cybersecurity incident. The registry temporarily suspended access to the system while security officials carried out additional protective measures and conducted tests to ensure the platform was safe to restore. According to BCCAR, documents identified in the OBRS with a solid warning icon were accessed and downloading during the period of unauthorized activity. However, the registry said there is no indication that any of the affected documents were modified or deleted and their legal validity remains unchanged. The investigation has also found no evidence that BCCAR's database, servers, or administrative accounts were compromised. Several accounts suspected of being involved in the incident have been disabled, while an external cybersecurity expert has been brought in to assist with the ongoing investigation. As part of the measures introduced following the restoration, BCCAR has placed a temporary limit of 100 document views or downloads per user within 1 hour period. The registry has also suspended passport-based registration for certain limited public user accounts after determining that the feature was the vulnerability exploited to obtain unauthorized access. BCCAR initially took the OBRS offline at 1:45 p.m. on August 5, 2026, as a precautionary measure to prevent any further unauthorized activity. Users who have documents marked with the warning icon or who have questions about the incident are encouraged to consult BCCAR's official updates online. They may also contact the registry through its customer service hotline, WhatsApp service, or email channels for additional information. BCCAR said the investigation remains ongoing as authorities continue working to determine the full circumstances surrounding the cybersecurity incident. Honorable Francis Fonseca, in his capacity as Minister of Culture and accompanied by Ambassador Aisha Borland, Director of International Affairs, today met with Alex Nalberto, President of the National Garifuna Council, NGC, and Shari Gordon, Assistant Secretary of the NGC. Their discussion centered around strengthening collaboration between the government and the NGC in advancing the preservation, promotion, and development of Garifuna culture and heritage in Belize. The meeting also provided an opportunity to discuss regional cooperation and the role of Belize in advancing cultural and people-to-people connections. Alberto was recently elected Vice President of the Constituent Assembly of the Federation of the Peoples of the Western Caribbean, further strengthening Belize's engagement within regional cultural networks. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, August 11th here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.